I hit the setting button, I hit OK, and forgot to hit the actual stream button. At least that card's up. Okay. Alright. Okay, so hopefully we're live. Awesome. So, Top Shelf. The first ever live. This is going to be buffering, and I apologize. It's cool. You maybe watch it a little bit later. It'll be up on the channel. But anyway, I am your captain. It is what's today's date?
The 4th?
Yeah.
The 4th.
June 4th.
Who cares? It's game 3.
Yeah, it's game 3, man. This is Rex. He's been on the show before. You guys remember him. It's a little dark. I'm sorry. Low rent operation. You guys know the deal.
Dalton Jones.
Dalton, that's right. I couldn't remember your name. I'm sorry. I just met him, so it's fine. He's a Bruins fan, from what I'm told. So, hey, still figured out a way to troll you guys. So game 3. Hopefully you are seeing us live. Starts in about an hour. We got Pittsburgh and San Jose. Since last me and Stein spoke to you on Tuesday. Oh, San Jose lost a heartbreaker of a game in OT. And it was a good game though. It was a
great game.
It was both game 1 and 2 have been fantastic. There is no denying that. This is going to be a good series.
Yes.
I would have. I'm not. This is not me hating on Pittsburgh. I said the same thing Tuesday. I would have liked to see San Jose win because I wanted to see what it would take for them to beat Pittsburgh.
Yes.
However, I considered that OT close enough for what my point.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? They definitely took Pittsburgh to task.
They took them the distance, and unfortunately, within, 2 minutes and 33 seconds, Chris Letang got the puck on the point. Logan Couture kind of got in no man's land.
Yeah.
He was focusing on Letang.
Yeah.
Connor Shearer just happened to be standing there. He kind of mishandled the puck a little bit, but he got it. He sniped it, and that was the game.
Yeah.
But
I think the beautiful thing is, with the offensive power from both teams, you got Pavelski, Thornton, down the lineup, they're both depth teams, so all
These
the
teams
offensive
are
power,
super depth.
and for
You
them
can
to
go
only go in winning by 1 goal, that's just outstanding.
This entire series is not going to be 3-goal wins, 4-goal leads, no nothing. These are 1-goal, 2-goal wins. And so far, they've only been 1-goal wins, and that's absolutely what we need in this finals.
Yeah.
This is not going to be no blowout.
I don't think any of these games are going to be blowout.
No, never. And this is how me and Dalton have been talking about. This is technically how we defined it as physicality for the Sharks versus the speed of Pittsburgh.
Which is weird because, and we mentioned this Tuesday. By the way, before I forget, I'm sorry. Top Shelf, as always, brought to you by Southside 17, where we never run out of ice, just like where we are, the Carolina Ice Palace. We were going to do this at Southside. I know I promoted it at Southside. We'll do the after show at Southside. However, things got mixed up. We are at the Ice Palace. That's why we have this beautiful backdrop that I wish our regular show looked nearly as good as this. If you got, I'll swivel a little bit. Look, it's all original 6 teams. There's my boys right there. Oh, and then we're coming back. Look, it's like the close-up cam from Wayne's World. And then boo and yay, all on the same frame. I like it. All right, so that must have really annoyed everybody who's buffering on this. So anyway, back to what I was saying. San Jose, we are live, by the way, so you're gonna have to take this as it comes. There are no editing. If a swear word slips every once in a while, I apologize. I usually try to keep a PG on the edited shows, but we are live, and I can only, I got no button. So San Jose, as I was saying, doesn't normally play a physical game.
No,
you know what I mean? But they're gonna have to. They gotta step it up.
But they are definitely a bigger team in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Thorne, Brett Burns, these guys.
Joe.
They will get in your face and they will make you pay for it. Unlike I don't have on my team that one physical player that I can rely on. Except for what was Trevor Daley, due to a broken ankle right now.
Right.
So I kind of have to rely on Chris Letang and Brian Dumoulin, and then even my younger guys, Justin Schultz or Nick Schultz, whichever one it is, I cannot remember. It doesn't
You're
matter.
our analyst for Pittsburgh. Come on now.
But either way,
project a little bit. Love the people. Love the people
But,
in front of you. There we go.
I mean, we've been sticking it in there though, but we've been doing really good on the physical play. We've been hanging in there, and so far we're up a 2-0 lead in the series. And if we win tonight, cool. We lose tonight, I can't. You know,
Hey, you
playing
know,
in San Jose is super tough.
and I'm glad you say that because it makes me feel less about because we're gonna go watch the game all together, and I'm going to be very much rooting for San Jose,
And
like
that's-
in your face rooting for San Jose, and that's. I've said it once, I've said it before. Joe Thornton, I love him. Even if he wasn't a former Bruin, I'd be rooting for him to get a cup because God, he deserves it. I showed you his beard last time. I can't show you the clips because I can't do clips. This is what I mean. It's live, no editing. So, that dude deserves a cup, not just because of his beard. He's a consummate professional, absolute veteran, been around the block and back again, and he deserves a win. Although I will say, as much as my usual Pittsburgh bashing, Murray.
It's really good at hockey.
He really does deserve to be where he is. I won't say he deserves a cup yet.
No, not you technically.
But he deserves to be where he is. A certain other choke artist goalie that tends to play for the Pittsburgh Penguins that rhymes with Schmark Andre Fleury. I gave up halfway through that. Marc-Andre Fleury absolutely does not deserve to be in between the pipes right now. And even you got to be so happy.
I don't want him. Like, this is one thing when I actually watched the previous Top Shelf this morning before my eye doctor appointment.
He watches the show.
Oh yeah, I watch the show every time. And the one before that, actually, I was watching it, and you guys, you and Stein came out, was all like, "All right, Rex, Fleury or Murray?" And I was like, Murray. I don't want Fleury between the pipes. I can't handle it, especially after he started one game and look what happened.
Yeah. Now, and we talked about that on Tuesday. You know, Murray had the yips. He had one bad game. He had to bring in Fleury, but that's fine. Dude is in a new arena for him. This is high pressure for an untested playoff goalie, but he is absolutely killing it, and it's hard to hate on him. I will, even though I'll be rooting for San Jose, if he makes amazing saves like he has for the past 2 games, I will give up credit anytime. I don't have a dog in the fight, so I'm just going to enjoy some hockey. I want a series.
I think a crazy thing about Murray is playing against a team like San Jose, dirty goals, deflections, he's still standing so strong, and I think that's crazy because he hasn't really seen that yet all the way up to this point. And so facing those dirty goals and still staying strong is just like, what can't he say?
But see, remember, this is what we talked about at work earlier this week, and we've talked about a couple of times. You know, he doesn't have to see all these shots faced because, you know, me and you average it out. San Jose takes about 16 to 20 shots per game on average. That's very rough. Pittsburgh takes about 30 to 40 per game.
Yeah.
That's a really big difference. So Murray doesn't get nearly as worn out as Martin Jones does.
But at the same side of that coin, sometimes he can get a little bit rusty because he's been on the other end of the ice, not facing any shots for about 5 minutes.
They're definitely both goalies that like people always say Murray, he's so calm in the crease, but so is Martin Jones. So it's a crazy matchup. I think it comes to who's getting peppered with more shots, and right now that is Martin Jones.
Yeah, that is Martin Jones, and he has made unbelievable plays too. He has done everything in his power to keep San Jose from getting blown out, and it's because he has that consistency that I think that these games will still continue to not be blowouts. There'll be 1-goal differences, maybe even some more OTs. I've said it before, give me all the hockey I can get right now. I can't watch my Bruins anymore, so please just give me something. Even the Stingrays are out of the playoffs, which is so bad. So I need more hockey. I need it. So what do you think tonight, Game 3 in San Jose, Pittsburgh needs to do to get on the board and be a force in this game, to take this win?
Just like you said Tuesday, we need to score early. We need to score within the first 5 minutes. If we can score within the first 5 minutes and make them think on their toes and hopefully have the mistake. Look what happened last game with Paul Martin. He had 2 consecutive penalties he had to sit out for.
Yeah.
Those penalties didn't mean much on the scoreboard, but he had to sit out. And being him a former Penguin, that technically might be one of your best defensemen, because you're
tension's
playing,
running high, man. Tension's running high.
You know, we all know Brett Burns is probably, if he's not the best defenseman in this series, he's definitely number 2.
Yeah, I give him the best 2-way forward.
Oh my God, yes.
Absolutely.
The way he puts that puck in the net, oh my God, yes. But you kind of need Paul Mark because he knows what's going on. Even though he was with the Dan Bilesma era, he still knows what's going on and how Crosby and
Yes.
Malkin are going to do
Are
things.
going to operate.
Same with Chris Kunis as well, and Chris Letang.
Yeah,
He
that's
played
true.
With all of them.
That's
he
true.
played on the same pair, first pair with Chris Letang. He knows all of Chris Letang's tricks. He
I'd say
knows
that's
what's going
a
on.
big key to the game.
It is.
Is
It's a
having
very
that
under key.
knowledge on the other side of the bench. You know what I mean?
It's always something to look at.
And that's something Pittsburgh is going to have to combat because they're going to have to switch up their play style, knowing that dude. It's like a guy knowing your playbook. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta switch up if you know that the other guy knows.
But on the same note, with their new coach, is that already being done? You know, with Sullivan,
That's a fair point.
He's not playing the same way Martin was playing.
How much on the ice? How much is going on the ice? I should say has to do with the coach behind the bench, or the players on the ice making plays on the fly. You know what I mean? The coach can say, hey, don't do this or don't do that as many times as they want. But when you got 4 players that have played together as much as they have, old habits die hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that still is going to take into effect. What do you think San Jose is going to have to do to take this game? You're gonna be the counterpoint. I'm gonna be
definitely.
mediator.
Honestly, I think they're gonna have to feed off of their crowd so very much. We already know
Yes.
the Shark Tank is a very difficult place to play at. They've been looking for, they haven't been in the finals.
Right.
This is the first game in the Shark Tank. Those fans are gonna be off the
This
chain.
is gonna be. I can't
Off
actually
the
wait.
chain.
I actually am just as excited to see the fans of San
Yeah.
Jose as I am to see San Jose play their first
same here,
Stanley Cup
actually.
final game.
Yeah,
at
so
home.
I think if they can get the momentum from their crowd and they can pick up on their speed and that adrenaline rush from their fans and maybe be just a little bit faster in order to keep up with Pittsburgh, and not to kind of copy what he said, but they need an early goal just as much as Pittsburgh does. They need it because they need to get that momentum in their, in the Sharks territory, and the Sharks need it just because they're down in the series and they need a confidence boost quick, and they need to feed off them fans and get in the game.
All right, so we got the analytics out of the way. Let's have a little fun, wild speculation.
Okay.
Who do you think should put this goal?
The first goal for Pittsburgh?
Who do you think gets it?
Ah, man, that's tough.
I know, right?
That's very
That's
tough.
rough.
I'm
That's
gonna
rough.
turn around and go with. I'm gonna go on a limb here and go with my HBK line and say Nick Bonino.
I won't say Benino, but I will second that. Absolutely, the HBK line is probably going to be the first to score. I think that's a good call.
Okay.
What do you think for San Jose?
For San Jose, I mean, Pavelski, he's so unpredictable with those deflections. I want to say
It's
he
the
gets
white
that first
hockey
goal.
stick.
And I think, honestly, he's kind of been a little quiet in this series. I think
Yeah.
whenever he's in his...
He's due for it.
I think whenever he's at home, he's going to feed off that crowd. And
He's
be
good
like,
at getting he's good at getting right in the crease and elbowing people out of the way, getting that stick out real quick.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I mean, who do you think feeds it to him? As a backup question.
that's
I mean, if he's
good.
got Joe Thornton on the ice, it's going to be Joe
It's gotta
Thornton. He's
be
one of the
Jumbo.
best
Thank you,
passers in the
thank you.
game. He's
Big
gonna
Joe,
give it to him.
Big Joe to
Either
Pavelski
Joe or
tipping
Brant.
and that. We all want to see that. We all want to
He's
see
either
that.
going
What
to
do we have
deflect
time
the Burns
for?
goal, or he's going to get a pass from Joe Thornton and just knock it in.
Absolutely. Do you think we see any glove drop tonight?
Dude, because it's
That'd be nice.
playoffs, we
That'd be
can't.
so nice.
Because the
Well-
referees don't really allow it.
That is
Cardinal
true.
rule.
That is
Do
true.
I want to see one? I would love to see San Jose and Pittsburgh just drop the gloves. If I had to pick a fight, because I'm pretty sure that was the next question you were gonna ask.
Yeah, who's your dude?
Yeah.
Who's in the corner?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I would really like to see, just as a quick fantasy thing, I'd like to see Malkin and Brett Burns just drop it
That'd be so beautiful.
just for the.
I'm
just for the
going to
hell of
assume
it.
you were going to pick Brett
Well,
Burns.
Brent Burns is definitely who I would love to see fight. Who I think it might be, it's probably still going to be Brent Burns. Who I think would fight for the pins, though. I think Hornquist is one of those guys that's going to.
To be honest with you, as more of a realistic thing, it's probably going to be like Joel Ward versus like Chris Letang or Brian Dumoulin.
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I would say Thordy, of course. Big Joe is the
I would
obvious, but
wanna find
not
out.
in this stage in his
Nah,
career.
I think they
He's
definitely-
he's too much of a veteran to know to drop the gloves. He's too important to not have on the ice for
Right.
5 minutes. You can't have that guy fight. Although, if there were no consequences,
he
God,
would-
yes.
he'd be out there.
Oh yes.
That'd be
Oh
beautiful.
man.
That would be wonderful.
Who doesn't want to see somebody try to take him down by that beard?
I think Backus already tried it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Backus.
Yeah.
Yeah, look what happened that time.
Yeah. So,
They're
all
teeing
right.
off.
So we're gonna see. Hopefully, we're gonna see San Jose bring out the physical game. We know they got the bigger team. We know Pittsburgh's obviously got the faster team. So we covered scores. We covered fights. What else we got? What do you want to see most come out of this aside from a win? Obviously.
Aside from a win, I need now this is me not being a Pittsburgh fan. I know you guys are gonna hate my next answer, especially you, because you just hate me.
It's gonna be Bubble Wrap Boy. Something to do with Bubble Wrap Boy, isn't it?
I really need Crosby to keep his game going.
Yeah.
He had beautiful passes last game. He was getting physical. He's in people's faces. He's not scared. If you looked at last series against the Tampa Bay Lightning, Brian Boyle was there to get in Crosby's head.
Yeah.
Crosby put him on his butt off the face-off circle.
Yeah, which would you know what? I got to give it up to him.
He can
That
do
was
it.
surprising. He can do it. That's
He's not
actually what
supposed to be.
bothers me
I
about
think we
him.
can all
He can
agree
do it.
Crosby isn't playing the same as
He's
has
not playing
been
Sidney
in-
Crosby,
in
yeah.
recent years.
He's
He's
there.
getting a little bit tougher. He's getting a little bit
Chirpier.
in people's faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's definitely getting in people's faces.
Yeah.
That's
It's
kind
like
of
it's
pleasant
like the
to see.
movie Goon. Like he's what is it? The Flom.
LaFlamme,
Yeah,
yeah. He's
he's
LaFlamme.
He's in the post. He's in the post LaFlamme's
This
era
is
now.
the moment in the normal show where I would put in a clip from Goon and really challenge somebody to sue me. But the point is, yeah, no, absolutely. Honestly, if Crosby had played his whole career like he's played the past 2 games, I wouldn't hate him. I wouldn't hate him. The reason I hate Crosby is because he acts like LaFlamme at the beginning of the movie Goon, where he is that protected, prissy little princess on the ice. And if he goes back to playing like that, even you got to agree here,
Yeah,
if he goes back to playing like that, they're done. Pittsburgh will fall if they play like
I
that.
think that's a big factor in it too. What if someone does put Crosby on his ass? He can get shaken pretty easy.
He can.
This is
He
true.
can.
I mean, this is a man who
He can
suffered how many concussions now?
Two, isn't it?
I believe 2.
I want to say 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's 2.
Somewhere in that area.
Yeah, because after the second one, that's when he had the what was it?
Pad,
the
extra pad and
the
the
extra cushions.
That's right. So
yeah.
if he takes another big hit, he could get rattled because anybody, a hockey player facing a possible 3rd concussion, that's not good. That's
very
not
scary.
good. That's why I call him Bubble Wrap Boy, because he is protected. He has a reason now, but he used to be Bubble Wrap Boy even before the first concussion. So it is what it is, you know. So if he does, that is a good point. If he gets taken to task, Crosby gets put into the boards, I think we will see
A big change.
There will be a very big change in momentum. That means that's my first line right there.
Yeah.
That's Connor Sheary,
Yeah,
Crosby, and Patrick Hornquist.
Yeah.
I
That
gotta
means-
give it up for Sherry, man.
What a great hockey player.
I
Yeah.
think that's the thing that's beautiful about it too. You guys are not just relying on
We're not,
Malkin and
we're not
Crosby.
relying on our big 3. We're not even relying on Matt Cullen, our 39-year-old.
You guys got Fat Phil out there doing work.
The chubby guy moving.
Hey, you're
He's
welcome, by the way.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, man. Everybody got the better Phil Kessel than we did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Let's not get into
Chip
it.
on cheeks out there, bombing up and down the ice like he's got rockets
Moving.
escapes.
Oh, yeah,
He's
moving.
moving.
Oh, man.
That's my boy.
I can't believe that. For someone that out of shape, you should not be able to skate that fast, Philly boy. Stop.
I swear they got the ice on like a swivel, so whenever he's going,
Yeah.
they put it downhill, and he's just.
You know what the funny thing is? I don't know. I might have tagged you on this on Facebook, but I read this article from like Sports Bleacher or something, and it was like top 10 athletes that are completely out of shape.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Phil Kessel was like number 3 or
Hands
something.
down,
and
hands
he's
down.
still out there running around with
There
these
were
guys.
rumors about him getting into fights with Coach over conditioning and stuff.
Gotta
Yeah,
be. Gotta be.
yeah,
yeah,
when he was in
definitely.
Toronto and stuff.
He's
yeah.
like the Yokozuna of the NHL.
Oh, he's our Bartona Cologne.
Oh, I gotta laugh at that. That was good.
I
Can't
love
hate it.
I love
Can't
Cologne
hate it.
so much.
Can't hate it. Oh, that was awesome.
I saw him in Atlanta.
So yeah, absolutely, man. You guys are not relying on your top scorers.
No.
That HBK line is
Oh
killing
my
it.
God.
Do you think Shawn Michaels will be in the building? Shawn Michaels was there for Game 2. They
He
personally
was.
invited the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels,
He
because
was
of
there.
the HBK
He
line.
got his own specialized jersey. They combined all 3 numbers, and they added all 3 numbers up, and they got it turned out to be like 162.
162 or
I don't know.
something like that.
I'm horrible at math. I don't care. I'm here to watch hockey.
That's fine.
So-
It's supposed to be 2 numbers. It ended up being 3 anyway, so it doesn't really count if we get it right or not.
Exactly.
But
So,
yeah,
yeah.
0% chance Shawn Michaels has watched a hockey game before that moment too.
No.
Like
Oh,
there's
no. The second whoever created this at a random, either Mike Sullivan or
Whoever
did, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it started trending on Twitter.
yeah,
It
it
could've
was
been.
like it was
Like
like
the
a
Of
second-
course,
it-
everything trends on, and
Yeah, the second it hit that hashtag, Shawn Michaels was all like, "Oh, look at this," and it was all like, "I'm going to Pittsburgh now. I'm flying from San Antonio,
What
and
else
let's
is he
do
doing?
this."
Yeah,
He ain't
absolutely.
doing much else.
Yeah, he's a retired wrestler, so he's got a lot of of time on his hands.
He gets to do whatever he wants.
But I hope he's there in the building, man. I hope we get to see the Heartbreak Kid there
I
tonight.
hope he starts tuning up the band. That'd be great.
Oh my God, that
Goes
would be
up-
awesome.
Just start stomping.
You know what? If Shawn Michaels skated onto the ice and kicked Brett Burns in the face, I'd be fine with Pittsburgh holding the cup. That's the only way I'd be fine with Pittsburgh holding the cup, and that would never happen. So I can get away with
Why'd you
saying
have to
that.
choose
Hey,
Brett
don't you all
Burns?
right?
Well, just because if you're gonna go for the, it's prison rules.
You gotta take out. You gotta
take out the big
person.
man.
Yeah. You can't be going out there for like Donskoy or something, taking out these little third and
He
fourth
better
fighters.
not.
I don't know.
Kid doesn't deserve it.
Kick right over
I
his
don't know.
head.
Shawn Michaels might be a little bit bigger than
Yeah,
Donskoy.
yeah.
So,
That's true.
But
he's
anyway.
good. He's good at hockey though.
Back to hockey. Off on a tangent. We are live. I'm finding a place to pad the bill here. I'm looking at the time. We're at 20 minutes. If you've been keeping up, God, I hope the buffering has not been that bad. If it has, you can always catch up on this. It will archive. It will be made available. So, but anyway, yeah. This game is going to be the absolute momentum shifter. If San Jose does not pull out a win tonight, I'm not saying it can't be done. It's been done. If anyone knows that, it's people from Boston. Coming back 3-0 and a best of 7 can happen to us and against us. It can happen to anybody. So it can be done, but back against the wall, not where you want to be.
Now that's where I'm going to
2-1.
pull something out real quick, and I promised you on the way here, no random facts, but I read this on Complete Hockey News, so you can't be mad at me. The Sharks are 10-2 at home during this year's playoffs, but in franchise history, they are 0-10.
Yeah, I saw that.
With
I
a
saw
2-0 deficit.
Yeah, not a good
Let's
place
keep
to
this
be.
in mind right now, guys.
Yeah.
They will take a game. This is no sweep. This is nothing like that.
Yeah, I
They
don't think we're
will
gonna see
take
that.
a game either tonight or they will take game 4. Mm-hmm. But that might be the only game they take.
However, the wild card to that, like we said before, is there has not been a Stanley Cup final game in the Shark Tank.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
So,
they already
Now, that's
broke,
remember the
broke
intro.
one bad luck. They already went through bad
But that's
luck.
also remember
Exactly.
the intro. Like this is me being a Sharks fan real quick because that intro.
Yes.
No,
Everyone
the
loves
intro.
seeing them come out the
no,
Shark.
No, before that. Like they got like some special ass guest, like the lead singer from Metallica was their last game.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he opens up the door,
Yeah.
he gets everyone ready, and just watching the Shark players come out, like it had me intimidating.
I wanna
I
know-
wasn't even in that game yet.
I want to
It
know
was
what
a
they
Western
put in the
Conference
water in
Finals.
San Jose just to get those fans so excited.
Yeah.
It's
Like they're
crazy.
happy that they're just alive and breathing, and they're
Yes.
just let's have some hockey. And they're
dude,
just-
love it, because it's the best sport in the world. Don't let anybody tell you. Whoever tells you that hockey isn't the best sport in the world is not a true fan, and you don't need
They are
that kind of
not American or
negativity in
Canadian.
your life. Yeah, well, technically Canada, but yeah, no, it's fine.
Canadian.
They're not even in the playoffs; they don't count.
Obviously.
Which that's a win for Boston right there.
Yeah,
That is a win right
that's
there.
true.
we'll take
That's
a huge
true.
win
That's
for you
true.
guys.
That's true. No Canadian teams. But anyway, yeah. So back to the game 3. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here because we got about 8 minutes. I wanted to do like a half hour, so we got about 8 minutes. So we'll go around, do our closing thoughts and whatnot. So. What has been your favorite part of the first 2 games we've already seen going into game 3?
The rookies for my team, all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Connor Sherry, Tommy Kuhnackel, Brian Rust, and Matt Murray. We had 5 rookies, I believe, this year, starting somewhat in the regular season, and 4 of them made it, and one of them's my goaltender. I'm completely happy with my rookies, and
mind-blowing.
one of them's on the first line.
Yeah, that is a
Like,
pretty good point.
It's amazing what they're doing. And one of them had the game-winning goal in Game 1 and Game 7 to put us in the finals.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's really like Brian Russ is amazing so far.
He's definitely one of those clutch guys.
He
And
is.
That's
He
a
comes
good.
out
That's a
of
good
nowhere.
quality to have.
And
comes
getting
out
it
of
and
nowhere.
getting it past Big Ben, that's not an
That's-
easy task.
No.
Not an easy task at all. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Vasilevsky. That's right. I'm sorry, it was
I want to
Vasilevsky.
bring that in real quick, just because
Just
I
because.
apologize.
that entire series against Tampa Bay was beautiful.
Yeah.
Vasilevsky
It really
was
was.
probably the best goalie I have ever seen. He is
Yeah.
so good.
Hard to argue with that.
That is
Yeah, props to him
nothing
because he
taken
played.
away.
And this is me being a little biased towards hating on Pittsburgh, but he has been damn good, and
Yes.
he was about just as good as Murray, honestly. And
Yes, he
if
was.
he had the firepower in front of him, I think that series would have been completely different. But
Yeah.
he got thrown in there. Ben Bishop's injured.
And then he
And he
took
came out.
took
In
that
a
game.
weird thing
Yeah.
to think that Vasilevsky didn't have the firepower in front of
Right.
him. You know what I mean? Of
Yeah.
all teams, I honestly thought Tampa Bay was going to trounce you guys. You know what I mean?
Oh, I would have
At
that.
least 3-1. and that was just and I actually, because of the stuff we've talked about in the past, whatever, I don't root for Tampa Bay either. But I really thought that they were going to take you guys out, and you shocked the world on that one.
It was definitely scary.
What would have been your favorite takeaways from the past 2 games?
So
of the
far,
series?
I mean, I think honestly, my favorite takeaway is the simple fact of, for one, 2 new teams in the finals. You know, for the past however many years, LA,
I like
Blackhawks,
Chicago.
LA.
Yeah, I like that.
So it's nice to see someone else, and not only are we seeing someone else, these aren't easy games.
No.
We're seeing great hockey from a bunch of, not new faces in particular, because of course the Sharks got a lot of vets, so do the Pens, but from new faces in the finals. So I think that's a beautiful thing to see, not only new people in there, but new people playing really good hockey and saying, hey, those Blackhawks and those Kings aren't the only ones who can play hockey.
Exactly.
And they're
There are
killing
2
it.
teams no one thought was going to be in the Stanley Cup Finals at
Nobody.
the beginning of the season. Which actually I wanted to ask you, be honest. Did you really think that the Pittsburgh Penguins were going to be in the Stanley Cup
I'll
Finals?
show you my playoff bracket when we get to Southside.
All right, yeah, I'll take. No. I'm talking beginning of the season.
Oh, the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I'll believe it at the beginning of the playoffs because
Oh, at the beginning of the
yeah.
season?
Yeah,
oh,
y'all
no.
came in hot.
Oh, that horrible thing with Mike Johnston. No, I mean, that was
Yeah.
horrible. And then Coach Sullivan came in on December 12th, I think it was, and then we ended up going 36-12 and like 2 overall.
Yeah,
and then
not a great start.
no, and then Sullivan comes in and takes care of the rest, and what was it, like the last 17 games we won without Malkin?
Yeah,
Completed the
which is
first
a-
series against NYR, one of the most
Which
experienced
just adds
teams.
to the fact about
The
depth,
team behind me, like
yeah, I know, right?
One of the greatest
almost
teams
as a bad omen, hopefully.
exactly. You know, one of the original 6, one of the scariest teams to ever walk this earth. Like,
Yeah.
and then we just took them down. Like it was.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But I still got to say, I said it on Tuesday, that San Jose is the Cinderella team out of both of them.
Yes,
I know you
oh,
guys
yes.
are
Oh,
you guys are
definitely.
the scrappy down on your luck, but we've been there before, guys.
Been there before.
Yeah.
We've
San
taken
Jose
it.
hasn't. San Jose hasn't. They're the Cinderella. No one thought San Jose was going to even come remotely
I had them losing in the first round.
I had this conversation with him. I was like, I would love to see San Jose take it in the beginning of the bracket, but you know, we looked at each other's brackets. I did not. I had San Jose getting out. In the
I called
second round.
Dallas. I mean, I
called
thought
the
that was a
Blues.
lot.
I called the Blues.
After Dallas got eliminated, I thought the Blues were going to
Yeah.
go as well.
I was hoping for a small repeat of LA versus Pittsburgh. And I was hoping Pittsburgh was just gonna
That
like
would've
break
been
this
interesting.
curse and just be like.
Then I could have rooted for Luch. I would have been fine either
which would have
way.
made you guys super
That would've
happy.
been great.
So I
That
mean, at
would've
least we had a couple of former Bruins in the playoffs
Yeah,
this year, so
right,
that's
right,
something
right.
to cheer about.
All right,
But,
well that's
You know,
that's-
technically Martin Jones was a Bruin too.
yeah, that is
For a
true. That is true.
But, yeah, remember this is what I keep telling them for like a whole 12 hours,
Yeah.
36 minutes. And
What
like
can I say?
6
Boston has
seconds.
great goalies.
Hey,
Apparently-
we make them. You guys just take them and make
Another
them
random
better.
fact, though, or not random fact, random thought. What about Reimer?
He hasn't played a single game this playoff series, has he?
No.
So my quick scenario.
Yeah,
That
we got 3 more minutes. We'll,
Oh,
this will be the last.
cool.
This will be the last topic.
All right, last scenario. That say for some odd reason, this is not going to happen. Pittsburgh just absolutely blows San Jose out of the water like 4-0 in like the first period,
Right.
and let's say Reimer comes in. Has he ever been in the playoffs before?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't
Remember,
think so
he's
either.
from Toronto.
Yeah, well,
just like Phil Kessel.
Kessel, yeah.
Yeah, well, Kessel's not a goalie.
yeah, not start. I don't think he's been a starting goalie.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a wow.
That
I
is.
didn't think of that.
I mean, I'm
I
just
didn't
saying,
think of that.
say
Yeah,
something
thank you
happens
for
to both
bringing that up.
goalies, your backup's Fleury, their backup's Reimer.
Yeah,
That's true.
At least mine's got a cup.
That's true.
I gotta
Yeah, but
prove
not
something.
but,
Yeah,
but
I gotta-
not on his back.
I gotta
his
rely
back.
on something with him. I mean,
Oh,
he may be the mentor or something, but at least he's got a cup. I gotta rely on something
Oh
with that boy.
man, shots across the bow all over.